What's good? Rocking with your boy Czar, all rights reserved. First off, I want to clarify a comment I have made. I have no issue with people posting lyrics or even rapping lyrics or re-looking over songs. What my point was is that I don't want people to post his songs and then keep telling me he wanted to go. He wanted bad things to happen to him. Because we're objectively looking at things. His songs aside, that's his art, his masterpiece. The same way we spoke about how they're using artist songs to convict them in court, my thing is we can't use his songs to convict him to being deceased or convict him to his demise, because I do not feel that that played a part in his mentality of wanting to go, other than him speaking it into fruition. I have no issue. You guys want to rap lyrics down there, you can rap them, but here's my thing. Don't rap the lyric and then underneath the lyric say, see, he wanted to go. Don't do that. That's not what we're doing here. We're not going to say he wanted to go. This is what he wants, because nobody truly knows what they want until they reach a certain age of understanding. He was still young in the game. And that's another thing I got off the Star Report. He was young in the game. He could not have been a legend because he didn't even create his full profile to become legendary. Again, remember, the people we're calling legends have a profile. They have several pieces of work and bodies of work that define who they are. So I can listen to each album and get a sense of where they were in their life. We can't look at the songs, whether they're platinum, singles. He doesn't even have full bodies of work to put together to create a full picture of what he went through. He was only 20 years old. So there's no full picture after you rap lyrics for you to then turn around and say to me in an objective way, this is what he wanted to happen. It's clearly your thoughts and opinion, but we can't mark him a legend, then say these rap lyrics show what he wanted. You can't do that. You can't say that, because you don't know what he wanted. I don't know what he wanted. We're examining evidence, the parties involved, and what could have truly happened versus what we've been delivered by authorities, by social media, and by these alleged newscasting witnesses and all things of the sort. Now, shout to commenter Sosa Billy, because there was something else, and I want to bring this back to why I mentioned Riva Motorsports in the first place. There's a very key reason I do things and I mention things. It's because I'm always thinking, let's say, like a fighter. So a fighter works on his game up top, he works on his mid attack game, and he works on his low attack game, and he works on ways he can get the advantage. So think of it this way. There were many things mentioned, but within it, what were the situations that were presented? There's always a presentation and a perspective that help to develop a full surface view of the incidents going on. So in this full surface view, who were regular customers of Riva Motorsports? Again, I have not seen no one mention this. Shout to Sosa Billy, one of my commenters. That's very true. I agree with you, sir. Who were the regular customers? Now, they claim to be family, and for being regular customers, we know they sell four-wheelers, motorcycles, RVs, all sorts of outdoor equipment, dirt bikes. We need to examine and think, who else have we seen in photos with these type of items? Again, this is not tangible. This is not even circumstantial. This isn't even hearsay. It's just a picture. So looking at a picture, we've seen people like D. Williams and affiliates of him using four-wheelers. Now, where else have we seen it? We'd also seen dirt bikes and four-wheelers with some of the clout-chasing individuals who were masked up and out in the wilderness, not only claiming they did this type of thing, but also hanging out with current affiliates. So they had multiple regular customers. Whose side was Riva Motorsports really on? Who purchased the most? You see, just because Tentacion had a large sum of money does not mean he was a normal, regular everyday customer, or let's say weekly customer. However, these other people were customers. Now, again, referring back to what Sosa Billy said, Diedrich D. Williams was allegedly a regular customer. So if that was the case, he was regular to buy stuff there, and allegedly Tentacion was going to get a jet ski fix, with which I have yet to see how he took the jet ski to the store. So, to the jet ski part real quick, because this has bothered me. Several commenters were mentioning, oh, wasn't he going to get a jet ski fix? Maybe. But how was he taking it there in the BMW? And excuse me for saying 10. A few people are saying i8, which for sure video camera was within the i8, because that's the feature that comes with it from factory manufacturing standards. So it would 100% be in there if it was an i8. So me saying 10 actually gave them a little breath, like, oh, you know what I mean? I guess it's optional in a 10, but in an i8, you don't get a choice of whether you have the video camera within your car. But that's my point. That's what I'm getting to. So how'd he carry the jet ski there? Did he tie it to the back of it? Because I saw no equipment to carry a jet ski into the store. Are you saying he dropped it off? How did he do that if he didn't pay them to do the repairs up front? That would be the only way I could see you would have the bag of cash, but you didn't spend anything. So people saying he was going to get a jet ski repaired, that's kind of shaky. I would need evidence. I would need papers that he actually signed up to have it repaired, and that's what he was actually trying to do. Now, there's different things that we could say was occurring with this, as bringing jet skis there, Diedrich being there. What were they there? Were they shopping as regular customers? Or were they there playing as passengers? Now, if they were regular customers, you could presume it would be very easy for me to set them up in a position where we're like, okay, meet us there. You know, you normally go there. But then to flip it on the side like, hey, he has a bag of money in there. But if this was the case, who would have done it? Again, we don't have a passenger. And I'm going to mention that each time we get to a subject or a point of view that opens up, that we can even look to see if a customer exists. You know what I mean? And was the passenger a regular customer? These are very strong factors that need looked at, because there's no examination to show us who exactly was with him, if someone at all, except a lying, contradicting themselves witness who alleged it was the uncle. Now, how did he know it was the uncle? That's one thing I needed to understand. Again, re-looking at that, I don't even know how he knew it was the uncle unless he came in and said, I am his uncle. When they asked, why would you be asking in terms of an emergency? And how did he run to catch up with you? What was the first exchange of words? Because nowadays, everyone has a cell phone. Matter of fact, the Obama phone exists. You can have a cell phone even if you're not really paying for it. So what was the run for to seek help or the means to make a phone call to 911? Your phone could be cut off and you didn't pay for it and did nothing, and you can still reach 911. So that's something that I need some type of understanding for. Maybe it's different in Florida. Maybe your cell phone can't do those features, but from my presumption and understanding, it is a feature that must be linked to all cell phones, regardless of situation. Now, you want to say they had bad reception. Well, they were at a motor store. I'm presuming that there would be some level of reception or landline that the call could be made. We haven't even seen a 911 call. Who was the regular customer at Riva Motorsports? Or let's say the more supported customer at Riva Motorsports. Was it any of the suspects that were going through, namely Diedrich D. Williams, who was alleged as a regular customer? Or was it XxXTentacion, who showed up occasionally but had a BMW, so really didn't need to pull up there? Now, these are perspectives that fit into this case in this way. If I'm a regular customer and I currently show up at a place, people are going to know me by name. No, people are going to appreciate my business, especially if I'm purchasing regularly. That would definitely assist with the do's and don'ts of a business. Because if someone spends occasionally, but they know I spend weekly to monthly, there's going to be a different type of passion for me, being I financially support your business. So when people tell me, oh, it's not possible, things happened in the shop and then it ended up outside a certain way, that's disproved off the top. Because we know that certain owners react differently to customers that are usual shoppers and then customers that are random. They may even forget the random shopper, but they also claim Tentacion was family. But remember, Tentacion's nationally acclaimed. So anyone would call him family because it benefits you to say you even know him. To even say this guy's a shopper, it would very much so work in your favor. So we do not find any indifferences, let alone any fallacies in the fact that they would make this claim. It's nothing new. It's nothing sideways. It's not even something special. So what was he getting for being family? What did he get out of you? Let alone, was Diedrich D. Williams a regular shopper? Where's the security footage? Is there any proof of this actually being the case? These are all things you would think law enforcement would have down to a T, but it seems they couldn't even figure out if one of the suspects, namely Michael Boatwright, was already in their system. It just doesn't make sense. And even if that's the case, is Trayvon Newsom already in your holding? That's a very inquisitive factor. Let me know below what you think. Shout to the commenters, notification gang gang. All rights reserved.